Yesterday I covered the Legal Action 2 pulse rifle, and that was a good pulse rifle, not gonna lie. But now, the first Iron Banner of Destiny 2 Season of the Lost is here, and that means we get another new weapon, and yeah, it's another pulse rifle. Before you continue watching, comment your rolls that dropped or what your personal favourite god roll is, because I'd love to know. Now you might be wondering how I got this weapon so quickly. Well, if you were one lucky chap, you could have got one by opening an Iron Banner bounty saved from last season. So yeah guys, if you want an early new Iron Banner weapon, save those bounties for next season and you might just get one. But now guys, without further delay, we're checking out the new Iron Banner pulse rifle, Forge's Pledge. The stats of this weapon, how it performs, all the potential rolls and god rolls for both PvE and PvP, and everything else you usually get with a weapon breakdown. So as always, rate, comment, sub and share, and I introduce you to the Forge's Pledge. Firstly, before we start, if you like these videos, playlist linked below for more. Now let's start. Now the Forge's Pledge is one of the new Iron Banner weapons this season in Destiny 2 Season 15, which is a solar energy 390 RPM pulse rifle, and you can currently get this weapon from the Iron Banner. Just complete matches and Iron Banner bounties and you should get one to drop, and I believe you can also hand in your tokens to get some as well. But this new Iron Banner weapon actually doesn't roll with any new Iron Banner perks, surprisingly. However, it does actually have some really good stats and rules for PvP, which we'll go through in just a moment. But guys, this weapon feels pretty good in PvP, and I'd say it's definitely more of a PvP weapon than a PvE one. The base stats here does give us an impact of 29, range of 44, stability of 57, which is actually pretty good by the way, but handling of 45, reload speed of 48, and an aim assist of 61 with a bounce direction at 10s left. Now this weapon handles pretty good with that stability and handling, but mine did roll with Zen Moment and Elemental Capacitor, which I was using a Void subclass, so I did gain a plus 20 stability, in addition to my Zen Moment stability increase when hitting enemies. So you could say that my stability was pretty high up there, which really isn't needed with its base stability already being pretty good as it is, but for PvP, the main stat we'll want to work on improving is that range and handling, because you can't get enough of that in PvP, and in PvE I did notice quite a big difference with the damage fall off at a bit of range. So what rolls can we actually get for this weapon, and what are the god rolls? So the potential rolls that can drop for you in the first main slot are Auto Load and Holster, Zen Moment, Quick Draw, Surplus, Tunnel Vision, and Heating Up. Some fantastic perks right there, but with the fourth slot you have Rampage, Wellspring, Snapshot Sights, Multi-Kill Clip, Unrelenting, and Elemental Capacitor. Now your god rolls for PvP I'd recommend for the first slot are Arrowhead Break or Fluted Barrel, but Hammer Forged Rifling is also perfect if you get one with that. And with the second slot, I'd go with Accurized Rounds, and surprisingly, I actually got mine to roll with Arrowhead and Hammer Forged, along with Accurized Rounds and Tactical Mag, which would be perfect if I had better traits, because I can switch between those rolls for PvE and PvP. But anyway, speaking of those traits, you'll want either Quick Draw or Surplus, my two personal favourites for PvP to increase that handling massively, and that will help you out a lot when you're running and gunning, which is really what you want with a pulse rifle. But for that final slot to pair with those, I would go with Rampage or Snapshot Sights. Elemental Capacitor is great, don't get me wrong, but you are limited to the subclass type for the perk stat that you want. But you could even do a Quick Draw Snapshot Sights, that would actually be my personal favourite combo. And if you can get that really high handling with those two, you will just wreck inside of the Crucible. Now for that masterwork, I'd go with range if the majority of your perks are increasing the handling. Otherwise, if that handling is low, then a handling masterwork would be ideal. Now for PvE, I wouldn't recommend this in PvE because there's not really many PvE rolls, but it's actually still pretty good in PvE, so if you do want to use this in there, then the rolls you'll want to go for are Hammer Forged Rifling, Tactical Mag, Heating Up, and Rampage with a Rampage spec mod and a ranged masterwork. I'd probably slot on a pulse rifle loader mod as well if possible, because that reload speed on a 390 RPM pulse will be pretty slow, and that's what you really don't want in PvE, because in PvE you want to be able to kill things quickly, and if you're going into those tougher activities or fighting at a range, then you want to boost that up as high as possible to avoid any DPS fall off affected by the range. Now overall, I have to admit this is a pretty good OP pulse rifle, with it being in the energy slot, and you can pair it with some good PvP weapons for the Crucible, like the new Stasis shotgun or sniper, so it does leave you with some good choices to pair it with. But guys, that is all for this quick weapon review and god roll breakdown. Next, you guys should go check out the playlist for more top weapons and god rolls to use in Destiny 2 Beyond Light. But for now, farm this one out and give it a try, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys soon for the next video.